All right. How's everyone doing? Hello. Dave here back with part 3 of my favorite character from every anime. I got 5 new anime, 5 new characters. I feel like I'm running out of anime to discuss because there are definitely a lot of anime that I've seen, but I don't think any that are worth like talking about a specific character because there are a lot of like 11 episode anime that may not be as popular, and it's like, oh, this guy's my favorite. It's like, okay, cool, but what can I really say that's like important? But if you guys have any suggestions for anime characters that you'd like to hear me talk about, or anime that you're curious about my personal favorite character from for whatever reason, um, obviously this is part 3, so there are 2 other parts. That character might be there. If not, leave it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. But anyway, we got 5 new anime, so let's get started. Let's talk about Bleach. Bleach is a series that I heard that season 9 was coming out, and I had never watched, so I started watching, and I got into it. I enjoy Bleach. It's definitely a longer anime, in the vein of like Naruto or Naruto Shippuden, obviously. It's one of those kind of long haul anime that it's like you're starting a good amount of content there. um but you guys know me at this point. I'm a fan of somebody who cares about people. I'm a fan of somebody who always sticks by their friends, and as basic as it may be, I think Ichigo is my favorite Bleach character. He doesn't give up. He cares about people. Even just after meeting Rukia for the first time, he's like, "All right, this is my homegirl. I'm gonna go fight for her and with her. I'm gonna go save her." When she has to go back to the um, Soul Society, is that what it's called? I haven't watched Bleach in a minute, so admittedly some of my facts may be a little flawed. Um, but when she has to get put on trial for whatever, he's like, "All right, let's go save her. I'm gonna train my ass off and save this person, who I like just met." But yeah, he's a good character. He's a good person. He cares about his family. His sisters, his dad. He cares about his friends. Even though he may have little rivalries and stuff with his friends, he still legitimately cares about them and wants them to be okay and wants to help people. And I like that. I mean, again, you guys know I'm a big fan of characters like that. I'm a big fan of people that want to help people and care about other people. So that's pretty much it. I think I have an Ichigo figure up here. If I can, that's right. Whoops, right there. It's cool. It's a good figure. But speaking of figures, let's talk about this guy next. Nagisa is my favorite character from Free. I don't know why it took me forever to say that, but Free. Free is a swimming anime. It's awesome. I don't think enough people have seen it. It's, I think, criminally underrated. Probably could have made my underrated anime list. If I ever do a part 2 to that video, I'll talk about it there probably. Um, but Nagisa is such a lovely character. He, again, is a guy who cares about his friends, is a guy who wants to see them succeed, is kind of the glue to that core friend group. He keeps them pumped up. He's the motivator. He's the guy who always brings the fun energy. Kind of like a Nishinoya type character in the sense of like never wanting to give up and saying, "Hey guys, things may suck, but let's work together and let's swim. Let's be the swim boys that they all know that we can be and we know that we can be." Like he's always the guy who's like there to pump up his friends. He's always the guy who's there to bring that good positive energy. And at the end, again, no spoilers because Free is a series that y'all need to watch. But at the end of Eternal Summer, he has this kind of like little speech, because Haruka and Makoto, I think his name is. I'm bad with names. But they're graduating, and then Nagisa and Rei have another year of high school. So he's like, "Man, I want to swim with you guys," and he goes on this whole speech about all the memories that they've made and all the triumphs that they've had and the fact that um, they essentially taught Ray to swim from nothing. He didn't even know how to swim, so he's like, we've bonded so much as friends, and the fact that it's all ending, I don't want it to end. And he says, I keep wanting to swim with you guys, and it's probably the one of the only times that not just an anime but a piece of fiction has made me literally cry. Like, I don't consider myself to be a super emotional guy. There's not a lot that makes me cry per se, but that's one of them, and it was from a swimming anime. So that just shows how good the writing is, and how good, I believe it's Greg Ayres who plays Nagisa in the dub, how good his performance was. Um, so yeah, Nagisa's a great character. There was something else I was gonna say about him. Um, Gosh, I'm forgetting. It doesn't matter. I mean, he's a great character. He's a great motivator. He's the glue to that group. And he keeps them rolling. And Free is a great show. Highly recommend it. Season 3 is a little but it sets up for season 4, which I am hopeful is going to be better. I don't even know if it's out yet. I think it got delayed due to COVID. But when it does come out, I am very excited to give it a watch. So, anyway, next. So, let's talk about Kill la Kill. Why not? Again, maybe basic picking the main character, but Rukio, or Rukio, right? Isn't that her name? I feel so like unprofessional, like not knowing the character's name, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Rukio. She's so funny, dude. I I love her character. I love her sarcasm. I love her take no shit attitude. Like, she is legitimately so funny, and she seems like a character that you would love to hang out with. Like, if she, when she's not like wearing a sentient battle armor and like having to fight her classmates, like, she seems like somebody you would just like love to just like shoot the shit with, like you would, be those two kids in the back of the class, just like talking shit and just like joking around with one another. She just seems like a very cool person, which I find very funny. And her sass, her attitude. She's also crazy good at combat, which is partially due to her. Well, not partially, but very much due to her like her sentient Zenket's battle armor. But I just find her move set and her abilities to be really interesting. The scissor blade, I think, is a really cool and unique weapon. Um, and again, just her character is that very kind of fun, spunky, quippy, very fast with a retort. I love that attitude, and I love that energy. It's like, yes, queen, this is the energy that we want. That we want. But yeah, she's awesome. I love her a lot, and I love her character a lot. So, yeah, so that's my favorite Kill la Kill character. You can tell that I'm getting to not the bottom of the barrel, because these are great characters, but you can tell I'm getting towards the end of like what I can speak heavily on, because I'm kind of running through these, I feel like, a little bit quicker than the previous two parts to this series. But next, let's talk about AOT, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is a very complicated series for me, because it's a series that I love but also really hate, because it's got some very high peaks but some really, really, really deep valleys. Like, some of the stuff is really good, some of it sucks ass, and the characters are no exception. Some of them are really good, some of them suck ass. Aaron. But my favorite Attack on Titan character, probably, rest in peace, is Sasha, or was Sasha. I just think she's funny, dude. I just always liked I just always liked her attitude, the way that she knew how to be serious when it needed to happen, but she always was there with a joke. She was always sneaking food, which, as a guy who loves food, I can appreciate that a lot. But just like, I don't know, just her attitude of like, not like, these are giant titans that eat people and destroy cities, but she's just like, man, we'll kind of just do whatever. Like, I'm not too worried about it. Like, just that attitude and that friendly demeanor and that, kind of pumped up, like, let's just hang out. Like that was always fun to me. And her stealing I think the bread and like the when they were training is always very funny. And then when they're on the wall, at that one point, and she like opens her jacket and she like pulls out like a rack of meat or whatever. It was like, that's funny. Like, and then when she died, spoiler alert, but I assume people already know. That sucked. Like, I legitimately was like, dude, no, like, because like because I feel like there was, our three main characters of like Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. They were like the three homies. But then we also had the three homies of like Jean, Connie, and Sasha, and like I like those characters better, honestly. Like I love Mikasa, but Armin is like, eh. And then Eren, we obviously know that I hate that guy. Like I would have loved an Attack on Titan series focused on those three characters instead. So when Sasha died, and you could see that it really affected Jean, whatever, however you pronounce his name, and Connie, it's like, bro, that hits hard, that hits heavy. And also, they did my girl so dirty. They had freaking Gabi get the kill. Like, I hate her as well. I do not like that character. I think, regardless, I don't want to turn this video into a Gabi rant. Also, why isn't it just pronounced Gabby? Like, why Gabi? It sounds like a Pokemon. But anyway, the fact that they had this little piece of shit character kill off Sasha, who at that point grew into such a great character, was so freaking disrespectful, and admittedly came out of nowhere. And if that's what they wanted to do, then they succeeded in the fact of, having the death be very, sting heavy and be very out of nowhere and kind of punch heavy. So I guess they succeeded there, but yeah, Sasha, rest in peace. Favorite character from Attack on Titan. Again, I loved her a lot. I loved her attitude, and they did her dirty with the way that she died. So that's unfortunate. All right, so for our fifth and final character for today's episode, Black Clover. My favorite Black Clover character, for reasons very similar, I think, to Sasha, is Charmy. Charmy loves food. I love food. She's adorable. But she also knows how to flip that switch when she needs to and turn into just this cool, badass character. The way that she's drawn in this little kind of, not necessarily chibi, but this little kind of cutesy art style most of the time is very fun and very, again, cute. And it's like, oh, Charmy's here. Oh, she's, getting into food again. That's cute. That's funny. But then when she needs to flip that switch and become this badass, she can. And she can turn that shit on right away. I again, admittedly haven't watched Black Clover in a minute, so I'm spacing out on finding maybe a specific example. But if you guys have watched Black Clover, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I love her. I'm a big fan of hers. There's a lot of really great characters in Black Clover. I think Black Clover is kind of another underrated anime in the grand scheme of things. It's very popular, so it's not really like underrated. A lot of people like it. But I think people kind of sleep on it because, it's not as big as some of the other bigger anime. And a lot of people compare it to, like, Naruto. I've heard some people say, like, it's better than Naruto. I don't really know about that. I've never hated Naruto, but I've never been, like, the hugest Naruto fan, which is very ironic because I actually have a Naruto tattoo. So for me to get a tattoo of Naruto and be like, yeah, I guess it's okay. No, I do like Naruto a lot. But I just have never been the hugest fan. So it's not like when somebody says Black Clover is better, I get all up in arms because it's like, I mean, maybe, I really have been enjoying Black Clover, but I also enjoy Naruto. So I don't know. That's kind of a little off topic for this specific video, but just let me know what you guys think about that comment because I find that to be a very interesting take. But yeah, that's it. I mean, as you guys could tell, like I mentioned a little while ago, I kind of flew through this episode a little bit quicker, and didn't really have as much to say about each specific character as the previous two iterations, because I'm kind of running out of anime that would require this level of character analysis, and I use that very light analysis and in quotes. But yeah, so let me know if you guys want to hear my thoughts on a specific character, recommend an anime for me to talk about, my favorite character from that anime, or just anything in between. So yeah, so thank you guys so much. I'm working on a few reviews right now and some other stuff that admittedly is taking a long time. I don't know when that other stuff will be ready, but when it does get out here, I think it'll be good. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to promise a project or say a thing and then have it not happen, but there is some better stuff on the way, I think. But yeah, so let me guys. I said it again. I did it again. I don't know what I'm talking about, but let me know if you guys want anything specific. Thank you so much for watching. We're closing in on. I'm trying to hit 73 subscribers. I know that's a very specific number, but 73 is the number of subscribers that I have on my personal channel where I do my comedy and stuff, and I'm taking a break from that channel because I'm kind of just focusing more on my actual stand-up when it comes to comedy. So if we can close in on that channel and maybe even pass it up, then it'll really show me that this anime channel has some legs to stand on and has a lot of promise to go further than that channel, which I'm trying to build this specific channel up and to be something really fun and really good. So thank you guys for your support. Love you all. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.